This is the podcast about nothing with your host, Leo Black, the unfiltered voice. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a podcast about nothing, and I'm your host, Leo Black, the unfiltered voice. And today we have another installment of Podcast About Nothing. We're on episode number 2. Hey, we have a lot to talk about, and I'm not vying alone today. I'm with my friends, and I'm just going to let them introduce themselves.
Hey, shout out, it's your boy, Sir Quinton. And yeah, man, I appreciate you having me here. It's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing, man.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure's all mine.
Hi.
Hi.
Also known as Mancwane. Thank you for having me.
If you could a little bit turn your voice a little bit up because we can't hear you. Shout Nyana. Don't be scared, ne? Shout if you want.
Can you hear me now?
I think she's shy.
Yeah, we can hear you. Don't be afraid to scream, ne?
No problem.
Okay, today we're talking about something very important, and I think it's very important that we talk about this, and it's something that many people have been speaking about. And since I started this platform, it's something that I also wanted to discuss and talk with my friends, so to see what views we share or what opinions we have about the certain topics, and also to help others maybe who are suffering from this terrible thing that affects everybody more than anything. But today we're going to be talking about men's mental health. I know that mental health affects everybody, every person that exists in this world. Maybe once there's a chance that you will suffer from it. But specifically, I'm going to be focusing on men in this episode, where we're talking about like the difficult things that men face when they are faced with mental health. Guys, the stats that I have about this when I was doing some research is kind of crazy. Like, it's crazy. I was just like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad when it comes to mental health, you know? The stats that I'm going to share now. So those are the stats that we have when it comes to depression, anxiety, or suicide. Because most people who resort to killing themselves are either suffering from something that maybe it's like messing up with their mental health, or also in terms of like maybe they're depressed about something or suffering from anxiety or whatever that is. Like, so we're gonna try to discuss what are the actual factors that we've experienced, because we can't talk about everything and everybody, but we can only talk about what we've seen and experienced. So yeah, with those that I've shared, guys, like is there anything that shocks you today, or you just like, yeah, I know?
Look, before we even touch on that, man, I want to ask you one question first. What is it that we're talking about when we're talking about mental health, so that everyone that's listening knows what we're about to engage in?
Mental health, yeah, that's a good thing to try and also to understand what is mental health, because I'm sure some people are suffering from it, but they're not even aware what they are suffering from, you know. Well, in simple terms, I could literally say that mental health it's a feeling or emotion that you get of sadness. Could be a wave of sadness, could be a wave of feeling down, it's feeling depressed in a sense, and also having any sort of anxiety where you feel like you overwhelm emotionally and you feel like you are not doing enough, or you feel like you are let down. Like it could be a wave of emotions that you could be feeling, but maybe also you guys might have a different way of defining it. So what do you guys understand when someone speaks of mental health?
Well, I think it's broad. Like it has a lot of factors, because it's not only depression, anxiety. Like those, I could say those are common, but we do have also factors like bipolar disorder. You know, it's broad. It's big.
Yeah, it is. It's very broad, and if we try to maybe define it, I think we would spend a lot of time doing that, because it's a very broad. but mostly I think the common one could be like depression, as I said, stress, and also anxiety. If I could literally put it into like maybe like people maybe who might, because people are more likely to suffer from those.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
also
look,
could
man.
lead to bipolar. I think it's one thing that most of us don't pay attention to, the bipolar disorder.
Look,
You want to say
on my,
something?
yeah, look, on my side, man, I just wanted to say with all the stats that you're reading or just read right now, bro, I'm not surprised because if you think about it, man, ever since COVID hit, um, the amount of people that go through mental health issues has increased to about 40% in the entire world, bro. So it tells you that we are getting closer to a majority of people suffering with mental health because of things they go through, and it all stems from a whole lot of people not even being able to express themselves about things they go through on a daily basis. You understand? I mean, right here we gather talking about mental health, but there's probably something that you are going through this whole week, or Tabi saying was going through this whole week, or I was going through this whole week, but you could not even speak to anyone about it because you feel like, you know what, I can actually handle this. So it's a whole lot of things that stem from things that could easily be solved from the beginning, but we tend to bottle things up. So that's increasing. It's not surprising, bro, because COVID took a whole lot from us to begin with, and you'd understand why all the stats keep on increasing each and every year or each and every season. So for me, it's something that I'm not surprised about when I hear you reading out all the stats.
Yeah, man. Before we go any further, guys, I want to ask you just how you guys are doing, like emotionally, how you guys are feeling. Let's just start there. We might be talking about something, and maybe we're gonna. Guys, if I may start, I have my days where I'm feeling good. I have my days when I'm feeling not so good. I think it's a matter of coping with everything that you, because life, guys, is not kind. People go through a lot of stuff, and I do too. But hey, every day I take time to appreciate the fact that I'm still alive and I'm able to do what I want to do, and maybe try to make my life a little bit better and work on my goals and my dreams, even though it's not easy. But I'd say, man, I take it like a day as it come, because it's literally the hardest thing. To leave is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It's like it's crazy, because like every day you are, there's so much that happens, man. Anyway, guys, how you guys are feeling, by the way?
Tell me.
I'm good. I'm good. Well, there's a lot happening right now at the moment, and I'm sure even you guys have noticed that I'm inconsistent because, yeah, sometimes I can't express myself if I just feel a lot of emotions at the same time. And the best coping mechanism for me is just to isolate, do some reading, journaling. I'm so big on journaling, meditating, and stuff because it keeps me calm. When you're calm, you're able to think and you're able to figure out life. You see what's the next step. I have this issue at hand. How am I going to deal with it and everything? And also, I always try to consider those around me because, like you said, some people aren't able to express themselves. So you'd find
True.
now I'm calling you, I'm just going and reveling about what's happening in my life, not being aware that he's also going through something that he cannot talk about. So I try to be considerate with that also, but I also encourage people to open up. So, that's how I cope. I isolate, and then when I've got things figured out, not exactly, but yeah, when I feel like I'm good, then that's when I start checking up on people, keeping up with who's been like this and that. But yeah, otherwise, I'm okay for now.
Oh yeah, keep fighting and keep striving to be good. And if ever you feel down, always find someone to talk to. If not me or Q, but you must always find someone to talk to. That's what I always say. Q, how you feeling, my brother?
Now, my boy, look, on my side, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm puzzled, like I'm conflicted with so many things, but all in all, I'm good because the only thing that makes me good is the fact that, you know, each and every day you wake up and you know it's a blessing, dog, to make it to another day and to continue to push, you know. Because I think, when was it? Was it 2 weeks back or a week back? I was just listening to a sermon where it says you need to have the faith through the process of waiting, you know, because I feel like so many of us start losing faith in that process where you're waiting for whatever that you've been praying about, or whatever that you've been manifesting, or whatever that you've been trying to equip yourself for in everything. Because every year when the year begins, you have your own resolutions, things that you're planning out, things that you're trying to work out for yourself, you know. So for me, I feel like I'm in a season right now where it's a season where I'm so conflicted, especially my emotions are everywhere. But the most important thing for me is that the people around me, bro, like family, friends, my partner, they're keeping me sane because, dog, like, I can't lie to you, bro. It's not easy, dog. It's not easy. And you need to make sure that you have a good support system, you know. Otherwise, in the phase that I'm in, bro, what's also more important is for you to know yourself. Like, sit down, self-introspect, think of the things that are good for you and things that are not good for you. For example, I love spaces, dog. You know that. And spaces are amazing on Twitter, right? But I've made a decision that I need to take a break from spaces, not because I don't want to be on spaces, but because I need some time off spaces, right? Because it's a platform where you engage with people. Someone comes to space with their own issues throughout work or with their family, and they want to take it out on you, and now you have to carry their weight on your shoulders, you know. So for me, I've just taken a break from things that I feel are not aligning with where I want to go or what I want to do with my life. So I'm currently just trying to, you know, put myself together and know the direction I want to take for the year. So all in all, yes, I'm good because I made it to another day and it's because of God. But for me to tell you I've got shit figured out, let me not even lie about that. But yeah, man, to be honest, I am good.
You always have things to figure out in this life thing, man. And I wish that thing for all of us to find peace, sanity, and then like find a balance in our life more than anything. Because as much as there's gonna be troubles and everything, I think when you find peace, you know, within yourself, everything can kind of fall into place, you know. You know, and also keep. When I like the fact that you mentioned that you mentioned your family, your friends, and also your partner. Like having that for yourself, but it's very important when you're going through something. And people who can always go to when you're feeling down or you're feeling like you lost and everything, it's always key and important. I can never overemphasize how important it is. And so many people choose to isolate themselves, but at the same time I kind of get it because you don't know how people are going to receive you when you're coming with these issues to them, you know, because also people are facing their own things, so you don't want to be like overwhelming with your stuff as well, bro. So yeah, man, because I prepared a couple of questions which I would like to throw there so we can just discuss briefly. Yeah, man, I just want to hear your views about these. I'm just gonna pick a few. Like, what do you guys think is the leading cause for men to be feeling depressed and to actually eventually take a decision to kill themselves?
Look, bro, there's this stigma that men need to always be men, you know, and we need to be strong enough to handle things that we go through, you know. And if you think about it, there's a lot of things that we just recently developed, like from childhood. When you grow up, you know that a man needs to not cry. You need to bottle things up and cry inside, you know. I mean, if you think about it, even Casper Nyovest recently took out a song from his last album that says Indoda Ikhali Fela Ngaphakathi. And you know, we all grew up knowing the statement that a man does not cry, dog. You just have to die inside. So all of this, men not being able to express themselves, men not being able to know who to talk to when they go through things, men not being able to seek for help because of pride. Because if you gotta be honest, man, a whole lot of us have pride, dog, and I don't think you are comfortable enough to go speak to Mancwane about things that you're going through each and every day because your pride will never allow you to speak to her, you know. So all those things they bottle up to a point where every single time you keep it inside you, dog, it keeps on piling up and piling up and piling up to a point where you end up with so much stress that leads to depression. Where if you could have tackled or challenged the situation from the beginning, you could have found help from someone who's willing to help, or you could have spoken to someone that's willing to listen, you know. So I feel like so many things that we could have expressed from the beginning, we tend to hold it inside. And because we believe that that's how men are supposed to handle things, that's why so many of us are so depressed. And I think it does, we should not only limit this to men, we can even take it as far to addressing how women also handle things. Because back then, women would express how they feel, but now they're even afraid coming to us because if if women speak to a man about things they're going through, we don't take them serious the way we're supposed to be, you know. And that I feel like the generation we live in has changed. It's different compared to how it used to be back then because social media, bro, has changed how society is today. So yeah, man, I feel like there's just so many things that went wrong from the previous generation.
Yeah, true. I strongly believe that they created a monster that is now living in us. That now we have to carry it through and through, because this thing of like a man must not cry and everything, a man must not show emotion, is what our parents or grandparents have carried like for a long time. Like it's something that they've lived by for so long that even when we try to come with a different way to speak out and everything, because I could literally I could, like, let me tell you one thing. Even when I'm feeling so down, I'm feeling so shattered in my life, I can't even pick up my phone and call dad because I feel like, oh man, I need to be a man about this. I've literally created this thing of like, I need to figure it out on my own because I don't want to, be seen as in that type of person, because I grew up in a household like that where like everything you need to, as a man, you need to be a man. You need to be firm. Don't be a girl. Don't be a sissy, because you know what? That's what we grew up being told, because like it's as if we don't have emotions or we can shut emotions on and off like a light switch, So that's how we get raised to be, and it's very unfortunate, And I hope we break this thing and the next generation doesn't have to inherit this behavior.
Yeah, but also if you think about it, bro, it doesn't just only end there. You listen to music. Music tells you that you're not supposed to cry. You have to be strong as a man. You're out in the public. There's someone out there saying a guy should not cry. You should hold it inside. You're around your friends. Your friends don't expect you to, say what's inside, because every time you're around your friends, it's always a good time. Especially the boys. Whenever you're with the boys, bro, you can't be having conversation about things that are bothering you, because it's always a good time with the boys, So it's just all the social media itself, bro. You're on Twitter. If you're gonna express yourself as a gent, there's always gonna be that one guy who always wants to be chasing clouds, quoting your tweets or say something that's gonna break your spirit, So it's just so many things, bro, that we're dealing with that are just never gonna work in our favor when we.
Yeah, also
Hey,
think, men,
what do you have to say about this one?
I think also the men with color, I think they're the ones who are mostly depressed and who have the highest number of suicides compared to other races because of the background and it was just what Q has said. I think they're groomed from a young age about opening up, understanding their emotions, and not wanting to face those emotions. So it's the background, the surroundings, what you listen to, basically what you consume also adds more to it. Because I think as much as the more you grow up, you understand what you're going through, you understand that I'm stressed and stuff, but you have it at the back of your mind. You see, a man doesn't cry. a man has to bottle up. Rappers say you suck it out, stuff like that. So I think we also have to look at the races when it
Yeah,
comes
true.
to race,
That's
the
true.
background, because yeah, mostly it's black men from a certain race.
Do you think like dog, like honestly, like generally honestly, do you feel like a men have a safe space like as women do? Like because I feel like women have somewhat a safe space for themselves, like their girlfriends, like siblings and everything. They can be vulnerable with each other. As for us, Amajita, it's kind of hard to find that, you know.
Look, I think firstly, one, women mature faster than us, right? Secondly, women are super honest about their feelings when it comes to what they're going through, right? So it's easy for Mancwane to reach out to her friend about what she's going through, and they're gonna have a full-blown conversation which is transparent about their feelings, right? And that's why for them it's easy to create a safe space around each other, because whatever they tell each other, it's things that they can easily relate to, because they don't close up or leave certain information about what they're going through. Like women can express themselves, bro. Like she said, they can be vulnerable. They know how to communicate about their feelings and whatever they're going through, right? But with us, like if I had to have a conversation with you, Bafana, about something that I'm going through, right? I'm never gonna go through the deep roots of the cause that's having me go through whatever I'm going through. I'm just gonna like I'm gonna give you like half details of what I'm going through, right? But also at the same time, it feels like whatever that I'm saying, it feels like I'm just not being transparent enough, right? So I feel like it's so important that if we want to fix how we are as men, we need to fix the transparency and also tackle the roots of the problem, because I can't expect you to help me with what I'm going through if I'm not going to be honest with you from the beginning, right? So the most important thing is that if we're going to create a safe space, have the transparency. Let us be honest enough to tell you what I'm going through, bro. If the issue that I'm going through is family rooted, let me tell you the reason why I'm going through what I'm going through, right? If I'm having like problems with my dad, let me tell you that this is the reason why I have my issues with my dad. It's because of this, and that. But let me not just say, bro, I'm going through this because my family doesn't understand me. And when you ask me, what do you mean it doesn't understand you? I can't be transparent enough to tell you that this is what I have that's going on with me, So for women, they've created that safe space for each other because they're matured enough, firstly. Secondly, they understand each other. And thirdly, it's easy for them to relate to each other because of the transparency they have and also how they are able to communicate about their feelings.
There's so many things that people like literally when men are trying to like voice out their emotions, or like for example when Ricky killed himself last year, there was like a lot of people like voicing out their opinions and everything about the situation, and there were also opinions of like, nah, he's selfish, why did he do this and everything like that. Do you guys really think people, when they do decide to kill themselves, it's a selfish act, or it's an act of saying, I want to be free, or it's an act where like they say, I want to be freed from this emotional pain, I want to be free from the stress and depression maybe that I've been suffering, because I don't feel like there's any help I will get other than me taking my life. Do you like generally feel that it's maybe a selfish act, or it's just an effect of like you literally saying, I am tired and I need a break?
Look, bro, firstly, I cannot speak for anyone that has ever done it, because I don't know the feeling. I don't know how people think when they go through what they're going through at that time when they decide to take their own lives, right? But for me, honestly speaking, bro, we cannot say it's a selfish act because you don't know what the person is going through, firstly. Secondly, I kind of like sat down and understood when somebody explained to me that if you think of pain, bro, like think of an injury that you feel physically, right? And you convert that into a person that feels that way each and every day mentally, right? Because now that pain that you feel in your injury is the same pain that person feels mentally, but obviously it's not a physical pain, but it's an emotional pain, right? So this person, each and every hour, each and every minute of each day, they feel the pain that you wouldn't even imagine, bro. Because now it's not that they are able to control how they're feeling, bro. It's episodes of things that keep on coming back and again and again and again. And as much as they want to live free from it, it's not easy, bro, because now you need to understand that what a person goes through, it's not something they anticipated, right? Especially when you're talking depression and stress, right? So I can't say it's selfish, bro, because also at the same time, they want to be free from the pain. Like, I can just imagine how painful it is to, like, for example, bro, I've had a knee operation. That pain that I had, bro, on my knee, I know the feeling of it, right? And every day I'd pray for that pain to go away until it went away. And that's a physical pain, bro. But with what the person goes through, bro, they can't pray it away because it's a thing they feel each and every day. As much as it's not physical, but emotionally it's draining them. And also it keeps on messing up with their spirit. And if you're being honest, we are spiritual beings, bro. So if there's something that bothers you like that each and every day, bro, think of it in that way, that it's not easy, my guy. So I can't say it's a selfish act, because at the same time, you're not in that person's shoes. You don't know what the person is going through. Because yes, I'm not going to lie to you. Before, I used to look at it in a sense that, you know what this person is doing is selfish, right? But until you're in that person's shoes, you don't know what the person goes through, because, bro, it's episodes of things that keep on coming back and again and again and again, and they don't know how to handle it, right? So for me, bro, I wouldn't say it's a selfish act, but also at the same time, it's not even our place to judge, you know? So I'm going to leave it like that, because honestly speaking, it's a very sensitive conversation. But also I feel like once you get to sit down and have a conversation with someone that's going through depression or anxiety, you will then get to understand the reasons why people feel the way they feel, or whenever they attempt to take their own life. Because I've had a friend that tried to take their own life before, right? And I've had this conversation with them, like, what led you to doing that? And the explanation behind that was so deep that I could understand that if the person is putting it this way, then I understand why they want to free themselves from the pain they're feeling, you know. But I want to hear from your side. What do you think about it also?
For me, dog, it's a very, very, very. I've had multiple suicide thoughts, and I just have never been. I've tried to drink pills before, but my then ex kind of like got in time before I even drank them up. You know, well, I did drink them, but she took me to a hospital and they helped me. And I've been depressed in my life, and there was a time in my life where I was so depressed that I ended up in a hospital. So that pain, dog, you can never ever compare it to anything, you know. As much as you say that it's the physical pain of everything, what that pain, you can't go to the doctor and give you a medication for it and it's gonna go. It's not. You can't go to a surgeon who's gonna maybe do a surgery and then after that you're gonna be fine. No, it stays with you. You learn to live with it, and some people can't live with it. And when it comes, it hits you, dog, and it hits so bad. You feel like everything. It's like you being swallowed by the world. Like everything is just like trying to consume you, like it's trying to like shatter you. Like it's like being in a closed off space. You can't get out on your own, out of your own thoughts, because it's terrible, dog. So when someone tells me it's selfish, trust me, people don't have the courage to go through with the suicide, and that's what keeping them alive. Some people have courage to go through with it because they're tired of the pain that they're feeling. So if you've been through so much pain and you're like, yo guys, please take my life. It's like with someone with a terminal illness. When they have terminal illness, every day they pray to God, please take me. please take me. And it's because the pain is too much. And when the pain is too much, guys, I don't think there's anything in the world you could literally give it the person. And like, okay, no, I will give you the pills and everything. The pills will run out, and they will not, maybe after a few hours, they were going to weigh off your body, and you're going to still feel the pain. It's the same thing with depression. I was in medication for months, close to a year, but I still felt like they were not helping, but they were helping, but they were not giving me the peace that I had expected, I had hoped for. Which, okay, I'm gonna be now happier and everything. No, the antidepressants, they don't give you happiness, dog. In fact, they fuck up with your happiness as well, and they fuck up with your mental and everything. So when someone kills themselves, for me, dog, I say, I hope you. The only thing I always say, I hope you're in a better place right now, because clearly the world wasn't a better place for you. The things the demons you were fighting, they were not letting up. They were like literally overwhelming you, and it's okay when you just say, I can't do it. It's okay. It's literally okay, because we can't always be strong, guys. Like, we can't be strong for everything in this world. There are things that are going to be stronger than you, and they're going to overcome you, and then you're going to like eventually die from them. Because if we are meant to live forever, then maybe there will be a way for us to overcome them. But we're not meant to live forever. So if this is the way that God wants me to go to Him, then it is the way. And it's because I'm not the person to say someone is selfish. No, there's no selfishness in there. Also, in fact, to say selfish, depression is a selfish thing ever. It takes you away from the people. It doesn't want you to be happy. It's the most selfish disease ever. Like, it doesn't want you to be happy. It doesn't want you to be with people. It doesn't want you to like enjoy things, because you end up hating the things you loved. You end up not spending the time with the loved ones. You end up being with being like miserable the whole time. So I would never say it's selfish, dog. The only thing I would say is, I hope you're in a better place. I hope you're in a better place. And I could literally say, people know, you speak out more, speak to everything. Let me tell you, I've went to therapists, and I feel like I just wasted my hour though, dog. I don't know why I was there. I didn't feel anything. I was telling this person what I'm feeling, but I don't think I got anything out of Cabo. I don't feel anything inside. That's when I realized that therapy is not a tool to make you feel better. It's a tool to offload, and you're offloading what you're carrying. And when you offload that, you feel a bit lighter. It's not that you're gonna be like lighter and everything, a little bit lighter, to be able to go on and try to. It also encourages you to be able to speak out more, of which it helps sometimes, but it doesn't always help you and like entirely like help you like you everything. It doesn't. But I guess maybe it's just that people don't understand that, and the more they understand the pain that you get or you feel when you're depressed or you have anxiety. Some people have bipolar. Some people like, it's crazy, dog. Like, you can never ever ever wish that on anybody, because it's terrible.
So I was saying, I don't think it's selfish, because I'm the one who's going through it, and I don't just decide that I'm just gonna off myself just like that. It takes one a lot to do that, and trust me, I know I've been there, and it's not just something that I wake up and decide to do. And there's something called a situational stress. Like, that thing is deadly more than anything. And if you could check the stats, even with men, that's one factor that leads to suicide. Like, I'm in this situation, I don't know how to get myself out of it. A lot of emotions I'm going through a lot of emotions at the moment. I don't know what to think. I'm unstable. I'm not thinking properly. There's a situation in front of me, and I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know who to talk to. People don't understand. Oh, I'm just going to hit up two people. And when they're not giving me what I want to hear or solutions or any, I just think, okay, it's pointless to hit up another person. Let me just, you know what, it's not worth it. Let me just end it.
A podcast about nothing with your host, Leo Black, the Unfiltered Voice.